Today we're talking about blind spots. Blind spots with marketing. I'm going to give examples of blind spots with marketing, things that I have seen from people that I work with, things that I see from people that I know. Some examples are not so obvious. Others are hilariously obvious. And we all have blind spots. I have blind spots. Everybody has blind spots. I think a useful thing to do is to think, what are my blind spots? What am I missing? What am I not thinking about? And for me, it's crazy how certain marketing things that are painfully obvious to me are missed by so many others. So let's start. I'm going to give an example from the two Polish 22-year-olds who are making TikToks for one of our companies, Reverb.chat. I've talked about them on previous episodes. We're paying them $62 a week to make several TikToks each day. And I talked about how anybody can do this as well on that episode. That episode, by the way, that's a great episode. That episode is episode 220. I'm outsourcing my video strategy for $248 a month. That's that episode. And the people that I work with, oftentimes they ask me for advice. And I like to give advice. I like to help the people around me. I like to help the people that I know. So they asked me a question. They said, do you have any tips on what subjects about AI we should learn? We are 100% sure that this will change everything in the world and really want to learn about how to use it. The reason they even asked this, actually, is because it turns out ElevenLabs, a very well-known AI voice generation company, I think $1 billion company at this point, and it's a startup. And it comes from Warsaw. The founders are Polish. The offices, ElevenLabs, are in Warsaw. I'm here in a different Polish city, recording this from a different Polish city. I used to live in Warsaw. I'm from Brooklyn. I travel all around. And these people, they're Polish. And they said, when I shared that with them, they said it's a huge inspiration to them that ElevenLabs comes from Polish founders and the offices are in Warsaw. And they're completely inspired. So they ask, do you have any tips about what subjects with AI they should learn? They were thinking about learning programming. So this is what I told them. I said, if you're not already interested in programming and you're not learning it yourself, it's not worth it. But what they have done in the past and what they do like is they like making videos. So I said to them, here's what you should do. Rather than learn one specific thing about AI, learn one thing every day about artificial intelligence. If you're a frequent listener of the show, you know what I'm going to say. It's a curious learner bias. If people hear you talking about something all the time, they assume that you're an expert. So I said to them, be a curious learner. Learn one thing about AI every day and then make a video about what you learn. You don't have to spend a lot of time making a video. And then in a year, you'll have a well-known brand. People will think of you as an expert. And if you really believe, if you are 100% sure that AI will change the world, will change everything in the world, you can position yourself as an influencer in the most influential force in the world, artificial intelligence. That's what I told them. Learn one thing every day, make a video about what you learn in AI, and don't miss a day. They know what's up because I'm basically mentoring them with how to make videos because they're making videos for our company. And they've gotten so much better since starting. They were so bad when they started making videos. I mean, they had been making videos before, but they didn't have anyone mentoring them, and the videos were so bad. What I saw in them is I said, okay, I think these are people who can improve fast if they just had the right direction. So that's why we hired them. And so I said, learn one thing about AI every day, make a video about what you learn. And they said, we were thinking about something similar, but after what you said, we need to start doing it now. And then they asked, and this is the part where it was painfully obvious to me, but not to them. This is a blind spot. They said, what about the style? Will a faceless account be okay? So a faceless account is where they don't show their faces. They might not even use their voice. They might use AI generated voice. They might use a bunch of different made up characters. And I said, no, that's totally not okay. The point is for people to come to know you and your faces as influencers in AI, because then you are building a brand that you can retain in the most influential force in the world. A faceless account completely defeats the purpose of what I am saying. Maybe you could make a fictional character and sell that fictional character, get that acquired. But one, it doesn't have the same sort of resonance with people. People want to relate to somebody else. They want a real person. And two, if you believe that AI is going to be as big as it's going to be, and I believe that too, why not position yourself to have a long-term influence in it? And you won't need to sell this. You can raise money for another AI project, start another project, and then sell that project. I can't even tell you how many business and AI influencers I already know who have gotten serious funding for projects just because they have built followings on TikTok and Instagram. So many. So that was painfully obvious to me. Don't use a faceless account. You want people to associate you as the expert. And I thought that was a blind spot. Okay, let's talk about some more. I just got back from the gym, and this one occurred to me as I was working out, and it was really funny. I started laughing at the gym. I was working out, and I felt like such a boss doing my exercises. I felt like such a boss lifting this weight. And then I started to see how people could get so deluded with how good they're feeling from exercising that they want to post videos and pictures of them working out at the gym with inspirational music. And a blind spot is thinking because you feel this way about yourself in the moment that everyone else is going to feel this way about you. And it's really funny when you think about, look, unless somebody is a freak, like a huge person lifting unimaginable amounts of weight. And I like watching those videos where the people are huge. They are completely jacked. And the amount of weight is very impressive. And the way that they're doing it is funny. Unless you're doing something like that, or you're like a professional bodybuilder or a power lifter. But most people who are posting workout videos, they're just average people. Maybe they're above average fit, but they post motivational music and videos of themselves doing squats and deadlifts. And to me, it's lame AF. It's lame. Something else, these same people, because I have like one character in my mind who really does this a lot, and I haven't said this to this person. This person, he puts up videos on TikTok and Instagram Reels, and he starts all of his videos with, "Hey guys," or "Let me tell you something, guys." That's a complete blind spot. Not realizing that videos have to have a hook, that you have to pull people in right away. You have to engage people right away. And this thought is going over this guy's head. Okay, another blind spot, and this one actually goes in line with the first one that I said, the discussion with the Polish kids who are making videos for us. Not investing in brand building. This is something that I see from a lot of people. It's like when you invest money and it compounds year over year. Investing in brand building is a difference between being an anonymous slave for other people and then somebody with power and control. When you have a brand, when you make a brand, people, companies, business comes to you. You get top of mind awareness, you get opportunities. And the thing about brand is it gets strengthened and it gets bigger year over year. And it doesn't even take that much time to invest in. Like I've said, you could make a video every day, spend 5 minutes a day making a video. And even that 5 minutes of daily effort will be enough to compound year over year. But people don't do this. People don't invest in building a brand. I think that is a blind spot in marketing. There's plenty of things that you can do without investing in building a brand, fine. But the thing about brand is when you invest in it, and when it compounds, it can turn into something so unimaginably big that 5 years before when you started, you couldn't imagine what it would turn into. And it could only take 5 years. 5 years. And if you were doing other things, good chance they wouldn't have been as big in 5 years as investing in a brand, investing in building a brand. So that's number 4. And the final blind spot that I'm going to talk about today, and there's so many blind spots, but this is something that I see from a lot of content creators who I know who are putting in the effort to make videos every day. They're already doing such good things. They're putting in the effort to make videos every day or to build a brand in another way. But what they aren't doing is they're not spending the couple hours that it takes one time to set up content automation so their videos come out everywhere else. And I've talked about this before. I use something called reusevideo.com. There are other tools, I'm sure. This is the one that I personally use. And I'll tell you my exact content automations. When I make a TikTok, that TikTok comes out without the watermark to Facebook, to Google Drive where it's saved. So I have a backup of all of my videos with the music that I add on TikTok, to LinkedIn, to Pinterest, and to Snapchat Spotlight. With YouTube Shorts, I'm trying manual uploading again. I think I might be closer to cracking the YouTube Shorts algorithm. And with Instagram, you have to do manual uploads through the Instagram mobile app. And for Twitter, I'm mostly actually using the scripts, and I'm using those as tweets. The scripts of my videos, which are transcribed automatically, and I'm using those as tweets. But Snapchat, I talked about this in a recent newsletter. I'm getting so many views on Snapchat just with this automation. My videos come out to LinkedIn, come out to Facebook. Everywhere is great, but Snapchat especially. And if you don't have time to do manual uploads, you should still have your videos coming out everywhere. It takes a few hours to set up the automations, to set up the extra channels, and then you post a video in one place and it comes out everywhere else. And to me, that's obvious because you are leaving so many views and followers and subscribers on the table if you don't do this. It's just a few hours and then you get so many more views, so many more followers, so many more subscribers. So that one was an obvious too. And that year over year, that compounds as well. You're building the brand on different channels. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. We all have blind spots. I'm not perfect. I have blind spots too, but I think it's worth thinking about them. Not all the time, but once in a while. This is episode 271 of my daily marketing podcast. It is a beautiful Easter Monday here in Europe, here in Poland. Probably going to go back to Brooklyn soon. But for now, I'm enjoying this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.